Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Atchison High School. It is our tradition to honor and recognize our graduating seniors that participate in various activities at Moore Hill Mount Academy and also here at Atchison High School. We are lucky enough to have 7 seniors, 4 from Atchison High School and 3 from the MHMA, and tonight we will continue our tradition by recognizing those seniors who have participated in our girls soccer program. At this time, we please ask that you join us as we take the time to honor our seniors and their various contributions to our programs over the last 4 years. Our first senior is Lily Adams. Lily is being escorted by her parents, Catherine and Randy Adams. While attending Atchison High School, Lily has participated in adrenaline, show choir, soccer, cheerleading, Unified Champions, Bible Buddies, Student Council, Student Ambassadors, and the Walking Club. After high school, Lily plans to attend Highland Community College for 2 years and then Kansas State for a degree in elementary education. Let's have a round of applause for Lily Adams. Our next senior is Zanaya Burke. Zanaya is being escorted by her mother, Miss Tracy Boldridge. While attending Atchison High School, Zanaya has participated in JAG, wrestling. She's been the wrestling manager, the boys soccer manager, and has been a participant in girls soccer. After high school, Zanaya plans to go to Kansas City, Kansas Community College to continue playing soccer and study criminal justice. Let's have a round of applause for Zanaya Burke. Our next senior is Caitlin Folsom. Caitlin is being escorted by her parents, Amy and Chad Folsom. During her high school career at Moore Hill Mount Academy, Caitlin has participated in basketball, volleyball, cheer, dance, and soccer. After high school, Caitlin plans to attend Benton College and play basketball. Let's have a round of applause for Caitlin Folsom. Our next senior is Annie Shia. Annie is being escorted by her parents, Jeannie and John Shia. During her high school career, Annie has been a member of National Honor Society, forensics, theater, voice, powerlifting, soccer, leadership, house leadership, photography, and Scholars Bowl. After high school, Annie plans to attend Benedictine College, majoring in theology and communications. Let's have a round of applause for Annie Shia. Our next senior is Eleni Sheely. Eleni is being escorted by her parents, Daniel and Carolyn, and sisters Allison and Kayla. While attending Atchison High School, Eleni has participated in soccer, volleyball, bowling, Unified Champions, Project Success, and FBLA. After high school, Eleni plans to attend Johnson County Community College and become a dental hygienist. Let's have a round of applause for Eleni Sheely. Our next senior is Ava Trevino. Ava is being escorted by her parents, Shannon and Jody Trevino. During her high school career at Moore Hill Mount Academy, Ava has participated in soccer, soccer managing, cheer, dance, powerlifting, basketball, house leadership, family leadership, theater, and track. After high school, Ava plans to attend Kansas State University and major in communication studies. Let's have a round of applause for Ava Trevino. Our final senior this evening is Lakin White. Lakin is being escorted by her parents, Tanya Rowland and Michael White. While attending Atchison High School, Lakin has participated in soccer, volleyball, bowling, wrestling, cheer, NHS as treasurer, video productions, student council, JAG-K, trio, Bible buddies, and the Student Wellness Action Group. After high school, Lakin plans to attend Liberty University to study social work and family sciences. Her goal is to become a social worker or counselor for elementary schoolers. Let's have a round of applause for Lakin White. Congratulations to all of you seniors, and thank you parents, family, friends, and students for coming tonight and supporting these seniors. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Go Phoenix.
I like that we call it talent. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, this one works.
Talk about your wife like that? My name is Robert Finnegan.
And I'm Hannah DeWare.
And before we start, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Daylight Donuts and Heidi's Dress Shop. We thank them so very much for sponsoring the stream. They help make this possible, and you should go check them out if you're ever by.
Today here at the Amelia Earhart Stadium in Atchison, Kansas, it is a nice sunny 71 degrees. It's a beautiful day to play soccer. The only hazard that the players are facing today is there's a couple of wind gusts up to 19 miles per hour, the weather app says. So the players, although are not battling the wind all the time, there are definitely some gusts coming up here and there that they'll have to play around. So we are not going to be able to play the national anthem today, as there is a doubleheader happening right now as the baseball game continues to progress behind us, which is also being streamed by the Phoenix Productions. So you can put both of them side by side and have our view here.
You could double play them.
So because of that, we will not play the national anthem as it would disrupt the already in progress game. But here is the starting lineup being read off.
Junior striker number 10, John Dia. Senior defender number 12, Benton White. And freshman midfielder number 15, Shayla Snow. And a senior midfielder number 24, Caitlin Colson.
Alrighty, and with that, we are about to begin the senior night game here at the Amelia Earhart Stadium. The Phoenix, dressed in the lovely red, will be going from the right of your screen to the left, and our visiting Benton Cardinals will be going from the dressed in white will be going from the left side of your screen to your right. The Phoenix current standings for win-loss is 10-3, with our three losses being Tonganoxie and Sumner twice, all of which were pretty early in the season. The visiting Benton Cardinals are 6-8 this season. The Cardinals are from the Missouri side, so therefore there's not a lot of comparison for teams that they have played, that we have played, in order for us to make. So it is going to be a fascinating game because there's not a lot of comparison to make on our end.
But you know, all we can hope for is a good game. Even though the gust of wind will maybe sometimes be troublesome, it's really a beautiful day out here.
Yes, I think it will be a fantastic game. As I talked about before, I think this weather is some beautiful soccer weather. Um, and although that wind might be a little bit troublesome, I have no doubt that the Phoenix can fight through this pretty well. The Cardinals putting the pressure on pretty early, as the goalkeeper for the Phoenix has already had to sweep up the ball and make a little drop kick here. Definitely keeping the pressure on as we approach just 30 seconds into this match. The Phoenix now approaching the tacking third for the Cardinals, but that defense is able to get it out pretty quickly. No one's really truly able to main possession thus far this game, as there's been a lot of battling for the ball, and it's really been a turnover of who's been able to win that battle or beat the other member to the ball. A lot of volleying happening in the midfield here with no true winner, it seems, thus far.
Yeah, just a big back and forth between the teams.
It's a beautiful battle to see, but nonetheless, it struggles for us to commentate
Yeah,
on.
it doesn't give us much to say.
But a fantastic game nonetheless thus far. Ella Hansen taking a shot to try to show off her footwork. She's able to make a through ball to the far side for number 5, Ava Trevino, to make a run at, and she's able to get to before it runs out the sideline. And as we mentioned at the start of the game, there is some of that wind here, so please forgive us if some of that wind ends up coming through our mics and therefore into the stream. We will do our best to fend it off.
Yes, go away wind.
Nice long kick from senior number 24, Caitlin Folsom. That ball just goes wide of the goal on that far side, and that is now a goal kick for the Cardinals, which their defender is taking. It's a fantastic long ball as it makes its way all the way back to our defense, where Burke has a beautiful settle and attempts to pass to a teammate. Phoenix looking across the field as the congestion's starting to swell up in the middle there. Phoenix once again looking for a through ball, but this time it finds the feet of a defender before the attackers can quite get there. That ball was out off of the foot of a Phoenix, but the AR calls the throwing in Cardinal back, as it looks like she was in the wrong position to throw in the ball, so making her redo that throw. Once again, it heads off of the chest of a Phoenix and back out for a throw in for the Cardinals. With a little bit of tumble in midfield, the ball finds itself right back to the Phoenix defense, who won the ball and is able to get it upfield a little bit. But yet again, a lot of this has been spent in the midfield and with no true team maintaining possession. An injury on the field, as it looks like it's a visiting player's calf or ankle here, as the trainer and coach come onto the field to assess the player. That injured player is now off the field. That ball was dropped. Phoenix able to get possession for that, but that possession's quickly turned over to the Cardinals. Out for Phoenix throw-in. For a nice, beautiful long ball by senior defender Annie, number 2 there. Finds the feet of Caitlin Folsom, who looked for a little give and go, but can't really find the give. The goalie there, after the Phoenix make a beautiful long ball, bobbles it for a second, and Schneller really looking to make a goal there as trying to put pressure on that, but the goalie is able to keep her hand on it once again and throws the ball back out. Once again, the Phoenix looking for a through ball, but nobody's there to receive it, so the ball just gets simply booted right back to the midfield where a lot of this game is spending its time. A visiting Cardinal there, almost taking that throw-in from still inside the playing lines, as here at the Amelia Hart Stadium, we play via the gold lines on the field and not the red or white lines. A spot, like a pop fly baseball, makes its way over the press box and hits a bleacher. Player tosses it off field quickly before it makes an impact onto the game. That ball went out off of the feet of a Cardinal for a Phoenix goal kick. Phoenix throw another throw in, and number 8, Hansen, is able to thread it through the legs of a visiting player, but quickly, again, once again, turns over possession to the Cardinals. And possession, once again, turned back over to the Phoenix. Hansen playing the through ball for Schneller, who makes a run towards the goal, looking for a cross here. Is able to sidestep a player, tries to make the shot on goal, but it hits the outside of the net. It was a beautiful run and a beautiful attempt at the play by the Phoenix, as they did nearly everything right, driving it down to the end and then trying to get that cross off, even fending off a few defenders on the way, but unable to truly get a good foot on that pass before it's made, resulting in a pretty wide shot. Ball now into the defensive third for the Phoenix, and the Cardinals putting pressure on that one, a heavy too. Now a Cardinal player looking to put a shot on goal. And as Caitlin Swafford, our goalie, is able to get that ball, she bobbles it for a second, but quickly sweeps it back up to her hands and throws it out to the feet of number 24, Caitlin Folsom. Good attempt at another long through ball there for Schneller to get a run at, but the ball heads out before she's able to do anything with it. With a quick little few taps here and there, find ourselves back in the same situation with the Cardinals taking a throw-in. Once again, another Cardinal throw-in, this time able to make an attempt at the goal. But Burke is there to put a stop to it as she puts herself between the goal and that ball and really and literally puts her body between herself and the ball. Some nice settles from the Phoenix, but too big of a touch afterwards, resulting in an almost turnover. But the Phoenix are able to maintain possession and are able to get a ball down to Schneller. But with two defenders on her, she's really fighting for it. One fender off, makes a cross for the goal, and able to make it in off of the foot of number 10, Gianna Zaya. Just as the Phoenix had a pretty good set earlier, as I was commenting on, they ran it once again, and this time Schneller able to get a really good boot on that ball, resulting in a significantly better pass and ultimately a Phoenix goal. It's beautiful. It's what we love to see.
Hello, and welcome back to me. You guys have been here this whole game watching a fantastic electric game so far. I am glad to hop on the mic. Had to go fetch some pop flies afterward. But we are here. We are good to go. This has been an electric game so far. We'll hopefully just keep it running.
Fantastic game as the visiting Cardinals make an attempt at the goal, but the keeper able to keep that one out, booting it off to the side, which didn't look like her intended result, but fending off a goal nonetheless. The first corner kick of the game, and it is for the Cardinals. It's a nice kick, but nobody able to get a body on it to get it in the goal. The defense looking to get this ball out quickly, as it looks like not necessarily all the players are hustling back to their positions. And after a while, the defense is able to get it out. But it is kicked right back into the hands of, and safely into the hands of the keeper. The Phoenix making a play at the goal once again, but it is quickly swept up by the defense as they are able to read the play this time and able to fend it off.
The Phoenix have indeed been able to control the ball pretty well, it seems like, this game, though the game has seemed pretty collapsed into the center field.
The teams are definitely not playing wide. There's a little bit of a tussle there on the far side involving Ava Trevino. She ended up on her back for a bit with 3 Cardinals players standing over her. No call, though. Everyone truly has been able to put a hand or foot on this ball so far this game. There isn't a clear winner on who is able to maintain possession over another, who is able to win the battles or beating another to a ball. It feels kind of like a stalemate match here, despite the scoreboard saying Phoenix in the lead, as the Phoenix continue to put their work in, their defense and offense alike, just as I can say the same thing for the Cardinals.
Well, talking with players throughout this week, they definitely said this is going to be a battle of the game, where you're going to have a good, tough game back and forth, and we're definitely seeing that. They were not wrong.
That sun's starting to hit the field a little bit more as it's starting to begin its arc on its way down, definitely casting some shadows and a very bright ray of sunshine down here in the field. It's warming up the turf a lot.
Yes, it is definitely warmer than anticipated today. And, I mean, it's definitely got to be at least 10 degrees hotter on that turf.
You missed it at the beginning of this game. It is currently 71 degrees, and the players are fighting against a 19-mile-per-hour gushes of wind. So while they aren't battling it the entire time, it is still a factor that the players have to take into account. The battle at the top of the box here results in the keeper being able to collect the ball into her hands for a drop kick to about half field.
Well, I definitely think the architecture of this stadium, of Amelia Earhart Stadium, definitely does not lend itself to wind. I mean, you have the practice field down below, the football field that really drives some wind up and over that turf very regularly. Looks like a call. It'll go
against the Phoenix for our visiting Cardinals. That looked like a dangerous play call. Nice, beautiful long ball from the Cardinals.
Phoenix looking to play a little defense here, win it back. Definitely keep these the Cardinals are definitely not out of it. I mean, this is a ball game, folks. This is one of those games you watch that, we like to see the Phoenix win, but we like to see competitive soccer, and this is definitely competitive soccer. Great string together passes there. The last one just goes a little long.
The Phoenix had a beautiful pattern of attempting a couple through balls for number 15 Schneller up there, who is able to show off some of her footwork and ball control. Foul there once again against the Phoenix. It was a shove call against Schneller. But Schneller is able to have a good handle of the ball and drive the ball down pretty far. Once again, another shove call here, this time against the Cardinals, as it results in Burke landing pretty hard on the turf there for a moment. The game beginning to feel some of that tenseness, as Gentry was talking about a few moments before, as the physicality from both teams are starting to amp up now as we get into about halfway through this half.
Close game, a lot of energy, the heat's swelling. And that sun's going down, it's definitely going to bring out a little bit of that passion, a little bit of energy, a little bit of that physicality that you talked about.
The Cardinals able to make a drive down, but not before it's knocked outfield. The Cardinals make a beautiful cross across field, and a offensive player is able to get there before it gets off entirely. A couple more tumbles in the defense, this time called against the Cardinals for a Phoenix ball.
Phoenix defense just really looking to slow this game down and just take all the possession time they can get. I think that's the strat. You're up one. You're about halfway through the first half here. I mean, you want to save your strength and you want to make Benton work for every second.
It's been fantastic to see our goalie, number 30, Kate Swafford, bloom through the season as it's gone, as she wasn't the original starting goalie for the Phoenix. And as she's progressed these next couple of games, you've definitely seen her skill level progress as she is able to call for the ball more and able to direct that defense a whole lot more than what we had seen previously. As you saw her now creep pretty far out of the goal with confidence and able to sweep that ball up and boot it back out to keep the pace of play.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say, praise how well our goalie has been playing and how tough it is to jump into a position like that. I mean, there's obviously no other position like it on the field, and so you can't just go from playing one to jumping in the other that easy. But she's really taken it in stride and shown that she's got the game sense and the game knowledge and the drive to do it. So big shout out to her.
Yes, absolutely. She has shown truly that the Phoenix are adaptable, nonetheless.
Oh yeah, man. The whole week, we've said it. Like everybody, when I talk to the players, on the boots on the ground, we've talked about that the goalkeeper being able to step in and play well.
Step in and step up, definitely. A couple more battles in the leaning towards the attacking third for the Cardinals, but the defense is able to turn the ball around. But the turnaround was one too big of a touch, resulting in an attempt for the Cardinals, who boot the ball out pretty far, pretty wide of the goal, though. So this is good for a Phoenix goal kick.
Phoenix definitely got to start clearing that ball further. They're very good about when they win the ball on defense, controlling it and working it through the midfield. But if they're going to save their legs, if they're going to be able to play this game all the way through to the best, at 100%, I think they got to be able to, clear that ball out more, get it into the attacking third sooner, just to give themselves a little bit of break here.
The Phoenix have some fantastic communication on the field, as many times you will watch as midfielders drop back to defense while a defender takes a moment to run the ball up, which gives the midfielder a chance to take a break while that defender gets a chance to shine. So if we can carry that momentum throughout the entire field and not simply through the defense and midfield, it would probably help and aid in what you are mentioning.
100%, totally agree. Benton definitely looking for something quick there. I mean, you can see that they don't sit on the ball and possess it for a long time. They really do look for that scoring opportunity very quick, keeping the Phoenix defense on their toes. That midfield really locking it down. I mean, the Phoenix definitely got a challenge still.
Benton looking for the cross now as they've driven down to the far corner. But the defense able to really hold them to it and fight them back upwards. So they have to attempt to cross the long way through the top of the field instead of the back, where it's led the Phoenix now back up into the midfield, where they've really shown their strength that they're able to continue to fight for the ball. A foul against Cardinals as senior number 24, Caitlin Folsom, takes a fall there. And you can see the Phoenix quickly rally around her and ensure she's okay. She's holding her head, as it might be a head injury there. The Cardinal player took a little bit of a slide tackle into Caitlin. But Caitlin able to get up pretty quickly and walk off the field on her own. Phoenix were able to get possession after that injury, down the field and back again a couple times, as everyone continues to fight in the midfield here.
Definitely a midfield heavy game tonight. Definitely making both teams work a lot harder, especially on a warmer day like this.
Cardinals looking to get a breakaway of their own, but Burke in the middle there, once again, putting her body between the ball and the goal. Cardinals able to get a shot off, but Kate Swafford able to stop that one, knock it to the ground, and pick it right back up and out into the field. Cardinals once again at the top of the box, looking for another shot on goal. They're able to get the shot off, but once again, the keeper able to knock it to the ground, sweep it back up and out into the field. It isn't long before Benton tries to make another attempt, but their touch is a little too big and is out the back for a goal kick for the Phoenix. That ball is kicked long, landing at the feet of Hansen, who looks to cross the field and is able to get there from Schneller. But Schneller takes one too big of a touch, and a midfielder is able to get between her and the ball. It was a little bit of a hip check. Schneller ends up on the ground, but no call there. Number 9, Crittenden on the far side, going just back and forth with another player trying to maintain possession, but it's taken away from her as Cardinals make a dribble down the field, take too big of a touch, and the ball heads out the back of the field for a Phoenix goal kick. Apologies, that was off of the foot of a Phoenix, so that is for a Cardinals corner kick. That corner is close, and keeper able to get a really good fist on it, boots it out, but Cardinals not wanting to let it go, trying to make a turnaround. But the Phoenix quick on their feet, trying to dribble at field while people are still taking their time to get there. Ball is passed up to Schneller as she's continuing to fight for possession, but is able to get away from her because of the overwhelming presence of the defense of the Cardinals there. A little bit of debate off mic here. Still a little bit more debate on what that call was, but what we can determine is that it was an indirect kick by the Phoenix, so that foul was against the Cardinals. Again, unsure what for on this case. May it be an offsides or may it be a dangerous play, but in the end it results in now the Phoenix able to get a corner kick of their own. Phoenix able to get just barely a heel on that ball as it takes a couple bounces and rolls slowly past the line, resulting in now the score Phoenix 2, the visiting Cardinals 0, with just over 11 minutes remaining in this half. That goal was made by number 15, Schneller. Schneller gives a pretty good shove there, resulting in a foul against her. No card, but the ball was turned over to the Cardinals. Phoenix looking to string together a couple passes here together. They're able to get a few together, but before one too big of a touch leads it to the feet of a Cardinal, who disrupts that pattern and is able to boot it away. Well, that ball bounced around in midfield for a while. The Cardinals make a play to go downfield, but it is rolled out of bounds there for a Phoenix throw-in. The Phoenix looking to play the same. This time it goes off the feet of a Cardinal for a Phoenix throw-in. Number 20, Finnegan taking this one. Throws in a beautiful settle to Schneller, who tumbles a little bit, may or may not be by a shove, but no call from the ref. Ball is played deep into the attacking third for the Cardinals. And it was a little bit of a dangerous spot there for a moment, but the cross that the Cardinals made was a little too narrow, and the Phoenix keeper is able to sweep it up. That drop kick, though, does go out of bounds, so it turns back over to the Cardinals. Some great defensive plays there by the Phoenix as they don't allow for the offensive player to be able to turn around, resulting in them having to take a negative kick, given time for the Phoenix to make some plays of their own. A player for the Cardinals briefly goes down, holds her shin, but then pops right back up. The game continues to be what feels like a game of pong here at the stadium as the ball continues to be bounced back and forth from either defensive line being played in the midfield, but no team able to maintain possession for more than 2, maybe 3 passes in a row before it is turned over to the other team, getting their attempt at 2 to 3 passes before going yet back again to the other team. Schneller here looking to make a run one more time, but the defense is able to read it and kicks the ball out. The goals the Phoenix have been able to make thus far hasn't been the result of passes being able to be strung together, but instead plays that you can clearly tell that the Phoenix have been able to practice over and over again, where one player runs to the inside corner of the goal or the outside corner of the field trying to make a cross to the center of the box, both times working for the Phoenix, and one time working for the Phoenix and the other time resulting off of a goal, of a corner kick. But neither of which were the result of passing together. A player for the opposing Cardinals able to get a one-on-one situation with the keeper for the Phoenix. The Phoenix goalie attempts to read that ball, but is unable to read it in the correct direction as that ball goes wide, and she goes to the close side, resulting for a Cardinals goal. Score is now 2-1 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the half. The Phoenix trying to put the pressure on the defensive players for the Cardinals. As the Phoenix talk a little bit about who's taking that throw and giving them time to set up a little bit of a play, looking around for passes as the Phoenix now attempt to switch the field with number 5, Ava Trevino, battling in the middle. She's unable to get it fully across and pushes it back to this close side where a defender is able to get their foot on it and disrupt the Phoenix play. A foul against the Cardinals as Burke took a tumble for that one. And the Cardinal very clearly unhappy with that call, as from up here in the press box you can very clearly hear her say, "What did I do?" As yet again, the physicality of this game is getting turned up here. The ref deemed that call a shove. Caitlin Folsom attempts a long ball to the goal there, followed up by Schneller, who isn't able to touch it as it gets swept up by the goalie and essentially turtles over the ball. The ball is then kicked back out, and it is at the feet of the defense, who are looking around, trying to make sure they find their players and make their passes. As they're able to string together a few of them here. Look for a through ball for Schneller, and she's on a one-on-one situation with the goalie. Takes one too big of a touch and is able to bounce off of the knee of the goalie. But the ball still isn't far from the goal as Hansen gets her own attempt, but bounces out to the close side here for a throw-in for the Phoenix off of the shins of a Cardinal player. That throw-in's quickly turned over to the Cardinals. Cardinals now making a run down the field, but number 9, Crittenden, is able to force and disrupt the play as she puts herself between the player and the goal. But alas, that ball is able to find the feet of another Cardinal player. The ball now back to Phoenix feet as they put another through ball for Schneller, but the ball is too far through as Schneller's Still 10 yards, 15 yards out from being able to get a foot on that ball before the keeper sweeps it up. The Phoenix attempting to string together a few passes there, get a few, but then find the feet of the defense. And then that defense boots it just straight down to the line to our defense. And out the side, off of the feet of Burke for a Cardinal throw-in. Apologies, a Phoenix throw-in. Hansen showing off some of her footwork as she trips up a player. Looks for the pass, finds it, but then pass is disrupted by a Cardinal player. Once again, the Phoenix looking for a through ball, but the defense for the Cardinals is able to read it and stop it, putting the ball back into the midfield for another few minutes of battling it out there. Schnello looking to make her run down the field, but after dribbling around one defender is unable to make it past the second. Hansen, number 8, able to force a foul for the Cardinals as she, using a couple of very fancy footwork moves there, is able to draw the foul from the Cardinal player. Ella, number 20, now taking that kick. She attempts at the goal, but that ball is too close to this close side here and goes out the back for a Cardinal goal kick with 35 seconds remaining in the half. As that clock starts to tick down, some notes about the first half of this game is you can definitely tell the intensity on the field is definitely turning up as the heat there for a while started to get a little bit warm. It has now cooled off on the field with some wind, and that sun continues to make its path down. The Phoenix and the Cardinals alike definitely showing their passion and physicality throughout the game as the game progressed. More and more foul calls have been made on both sides alike. Neither team able to get good long possession thus far in the game, as each team is able to get a few passes in before it is interrupted by the opposing team. The current score right now is Phoenix 2, 1 goal off of a nice, beautiful set play from running down the field and crossing the ball, another one off of a corner kick, and the guests are also having 1 point off of a play of their own. So with that, we will see you again in about another 9.5 minutes here at the Amelia Earhart Stadium, where the Phoenix are battling the Benton Cardinals.
Oh, you may have pushed another chair again.
Okay, so the baseball game just ended, so let's start again.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Amelia Earhart Stadium. You might have hit a few tests here and there as the halftime wrapped up. We've had a couple of difficulties with the headsets up here in the press box. That's why you only had me there for a while for commentating. But hopefully, Gentry here is joining us again.
Yes, we are testing this now, and so we will hopefully it is working and coming through on your guys' end. It seems like maybe it's still having an issue. We'll work on it for another second, and if we can't make it happen, we can't make it happen. That's all right.
That ball went out the back off of a Phoenix foot, good for a Cardinal corner kick here. The Cardinals make a dive in trying to make this goal happen for them, but it finds itself safely in the hands of Kate Swafford as she throws the ball out to the field. During that dive, it looks like there might have been an injury in the box, as the clock has now been stopped as the trainer rushes on to examine the player. It is a Phoenix player and unable to see exactly which number yet.
We will try to get you that number as we can, but it is tough to see with the sun bearing down as it is.
That injury is on number 9, Crediton. She's talking through with the trainer now, up on her own feet. It looks like some sort of head injury of some kind. May that be like with her eyes or hitting her head somewhere. But she is walking off the field on her own, side by side with the trainer. Coming onto the field during that injury is Emma Finnegan, number 20. That ball is now dropped into about the half field. Mm-mm. Phoenix rushing down towards the goal, looking for a cross here, is unable to get it and goes at the back. That ball going out the back. It was off of the feet of a Cardinal player. Emma Finnegan now taking that corner kick. Finnegan takes that corner kick. Couple kicks in the box, but nothing is able to get through to the goal as the defense does a beautiful job of pressuring that ball out off of the feet of a Phoenix for a goal kick for the Cardinals. Schneller making a run down, but that ball is stopped by the feet of a defensive player. Cardinals now looking to make a run of their own as number 3, Lily Adams, intentionally or unintentionally, puts her arm in front of the ball, going for a long ball, causing a handling call, and therefore the ball is turned over to the Cardinals. Cardinals are able to create some really good pressure off of that play as it causes the defense for a moment to scramble before organizing themselves and able to figure out where they are supposed to be. That ball goes out wide. That is for a Phoenix goal kick. That was a foul against the Phoenix. It was deemed a dangerous play as it looks like there was kind of a high kick in that moment. This is a dangerous spot for the Phoenix as this ball could find itself in the back of the net if the defense doesn't organize themselves. And while that ball goes over the heads of most of the defense and into a dangerous position for the Phoenix, the keeper is able to get under that ball and is able to keep it under herself as she turtles up over it and throws it back into the field for play. Phoenix attempting to make something off of that and with some pretty quick motion, but is disrupted by the Cardinals, and they're unable to get pretty far down the field at all. Sneller looking to make her run once again, finding herself at the bottom line, looking for a cross, but this time having 3 defenders on her, she is unable to do it. But that ball is able to be made for a through ball for now the Cardinals as the defense run to find their spots back here in the defense. The defense able to turn that ball back around, but they aren't able to make it far before it's forced out. Phoenix looking to switch the field, going from the far side to this close side here. And they seem to be stuck at the halfway point there as it turns back over to the Cardinals. Cardinals players able to push through a couple Phoenix players, and before making an attempt on goal, A rather dangerous one as it does, as it crosses the entire face of the goal before rolling out to this close side for a Phoenix goal kick. Another call there against the Cardinals. It looks like it should be a handling call, but it resulted for a kick here. Yes, it was a handling call, yes. Caitlin Folsom able to make a beautiful through ball as Schneller makes an attempt on the goal once again. Is just barely on the close side of that post as it almost rings past the post off into the backside for now a goal kick for the Cardinals. It was a breath-holding moment as the crowd definitely choked up for a moment as it appeared for a bit that she was going to make that goal. Number 20, Emma Finnegan looking to make the cross. My bad. Number 20, Emma Finnegan looking to make the cross is unable to make it happen as a couple defenders collapse upon her, resulting in the ball getting back up to the midfield here. Caitlin Folsom able to turn that ball back around, looking to send it back down the field, but it finds itself rolling off of the field on this close side for a Cardinals throw-in. The Phoenix defense having to put their heels in gear as the Benton Cardinals are pressuring them and maintaining that pressure evenly, forcing them to dig in as the Phoenix are starting to show signs of becoming tired. Now 30 minutes remaining in this half. The defense unable to create a line like we have seen from them in the past, as it looks like either there's a little bit of miscommunication happening on the field or the defensive line isn't looking around towards each other. But that ball does make its way up the field as the Phoenix tried to get into that attacking third but unable to get there as it's booting back into the middle part of the field. Throw in for the Cardinals as that Cardinals player backs her way into a couple of Phoenix players. Phoenix able to put some good pressure onto the defense here, forcing them to kick it out the back for a Phoenix corner kick. The Phoenix did early in this game score off of a corner, so this could be the moment for them here. And it is so close for the Phoenix as number 24, Caitlin Folsom, is able to get a good boot on that ball for the corner. It goes to the far side post, and a Phoenix player is able to get a foot on it, but it goes just past the near side post as the angle for that kick wasn't nearly sharp enough for what they wanted. Going out the back for now, a Cardinal goal kick. Phoenix able to give a few little give and goes here, leading to Hansen trying to look for a cross, but a tumble happens in the box. No call made, and the game continues on. Phoenix showing off a little bit of their communication skills as they call for a negative pass and is able to give it to him and looking for the cross. The cross is a nice play, but the Phoenix were unable to do anything with it. As it goes back to the Phoenix. Burke getting a yellow card for that play that she made there, as she, during that play, looks like aims for the feet of the player instead of aiming for the ball, resulting in that player taking a good tumble to the ground. Burke not turning around quite when the ref whistles for her to turn around. Burke is then brought off the field there. This could hurt the Phoenix here, as Burke has been a leader for the defense plenty of times in the past, and she's only a few games past an injury. So hope to see her on the field soon again, but in the meantime, players come on to fill her space. And there it is. Burke comes right back on the field after her yellow. It is a dangerous play, sending a player right back onto the field after a yellow, because should Burke get another yellow, that would be what is called a soft red, meaning she would be ejected from the game and the Phoenix would be forced to play a man down. Typically, we see coaches taking a moment when that player is forced off the field after yellow to take a moment to talk to their player here, but it seems that the Phoenix coaches elected to not do that one, possibly aligning and thinking that yellow was uncalled for. Kate Swafford coming up out of the goal, even with pressure on, getting that ball solidly in her hands and chucking it out to the field for back into play. The Cardinals definitely keeping the pressure high from that throw-in, as they had quite a few bodies in the box, and the ball bounces around for a while before finding itself solidly into the hands of the keeper. The ref calls an elbow there against the Phoenix, resulting for now a kick for the Cardinals. As you can tell, the crowd is very unhappy by that one. A couple of the crowd shouting back at the ref for what they believe was an unfair call. Schneller able to make a through ball through 3 players, but no other Phoenix was able to make the run down the line in time, as they were attempting to maintain being onsides for that play. The ball is played well across the face of the goal there, and a couple Phoenix players who are in the box are unable to get a pretty solid foot on it. One of them, in fact, making what looks like a swing and a miss as the crowd collectively gasps and are a little disappointed by that one, but that ball rolls out the back for a goal kick for the Cardinals. The Phoenix defense taking a moment to get themselves organized as they've definitely collapsed themselves closer to the far side of this field, leaving this close side open for a cross. The Cardinals attempt a long ball to the goal, but the keeper, Kate Swafford, is able to keep it and not allow it in past that goal. Throwing it back out into the field for play. Now to the feet of Schneller, who's trying to make a run down the field, but is being collapsed on by two defenders at this point. As Robert and I have previously talked about on the stream before, now with it being later into the season, teams have had a chance to watch footage of the Phoenix play, which we here at Phoenix Productions are so happy to provide them. But as a result of that, that has also resulted in a lot of footage out there being for the Phoenix. So it has seemed that a lot of teams have had the opportunity to see that number 15 Schneller has a great handle of this game and is able to get a foot on the ball. There's another yellow here on the field. I'm unable to tell who for right now. That card was for number 8, Hansen. The ref definitely showing his ability to cool off this game. As he's now given out his third yellow card of the game, this one now to a Cardinal player, making a more dangerous play in the box than what had been called for in the moment. As I had talked about just before this half ended, that this game was definitely turning up in its physicality. And the center ref here definitely showing his ability to cool that temperature off, making sure that all players are following decorum and the rules of the game. Not anymore just by simple fouls, but now by cards. The Benton Cardinals looking like they're going to do a similar thing for their yellow-carded player as she is on the sideline getting ready to get back on, and the crowd erupts for Kate Swafford as she's able to make a beautiful stop of a one-on-one play against her from a Cardinal player. Beautiful showing by her as she then kicks the ball back up the field and makes a couple skips and happy jumps back to her goal box. The Phoenix defense now putting in their fair share of work again as the Cardinals continue to maintain heavy pressure against them, looking for a cross. And the Phoenix defense opts to kick it out the back for a corner kick for the visiting Benton Cardinals. Number 9, Crittenden, was walking off the field there for an injury, but the ref requiring her to take a knee so he can stop the clock and make the whistle. Makes the switch there really quickly as Crittenden walks off the field with the trainer. Cross for the Cardinals is pretty narrow, but makes it all the way across the face of the goal as the Phoenix fight to keep it out, do a great job. A Cardinals able to turn and make a kick, but it goes pretty wide to this close side of the goal. Number 8, Hansen, back on that field because of that injury. Phoenix defense making a long ball, so the offense has an attempt down the field. The ball then is run out off of a Phoenix foot, now for a throw in for the Cardinals.
Substitution for the Cardinals in game number 2, Ryan Lee, and number 18, Cole Shaw.
There's another foul there on the field as a couple players turn and look at the ref and kind of ask for it, as the ref then gives it to them, as it seems to agree that there was a little bit of a shoving or tripping situation going on there for the Phoenix defense. Once again, the physicality of this game definitely turning up, as it looks like the Phoenix are getting a little heated. As you can tell, the defense is getting frustrated. That ball that is being able to play at the top of the box goes back to the corner of the net, just over the top of the fingertips of Kate Swafford, now bringing it to a tie score, 2-2, with just less than 16 minutes remaining in the half. The Phoenix have an injury on the field as she is lifted off of the field by some of her teammates, escorted by the trainer.
This game is absolutely electric. I just have to hop back on the mic and see if I can fight through these difficulties to make it work, because this game is intense.
Yes, as I said, the game is now tied with 2-2 for each team. And as we've talked about many times now thus far in the game, like there's no clear winner no matter what the numbers on the board say, as neither team is able to maintain possession for very long. The Cardinals making another attempt on goal, and Swafford's able to block this one as it goes out off of the backside for a corner kick for the Cardinals.
It seems to be working better now. We will stay hopeful and stay alert if there are any issues. Drop it in the chat, let us know, or if you know us, shoot us a text, I guess. And we will stay vigilant. But I mean, this game is fantastic. I mean, as we've seen the physicality, the cards. I mean, that is just jaw-dropping to see tonight.
That ball didn't get past the line before. Well, the ball kicked didn't get past the goal as it hit the net. Now for a Phoenix goal kick.
The sun finally going down here. Sneller's going to get a quick touch on it. A lot of defenders back, though. She needs some Phoenix to come help her. Big, long cross to Finnegan. She's going to get a foot on it. Barely keep it in bounds. Goes for the cross. Hits off a Cardinal to go for a Phoenix corner kick.
Which the Phoenix did score off of a corner kick earlier, and they had a pretty close call of time after that. So this could be the moment the Phoenix are really wanting in the 13 minutes remaining in the half.
The Phoenix set plays are absolutely a strong point of their offensive game here. As the kick comes in, Cardinal gets on it first, but she's going to get another kick with it. Phoenix just not quite able to connect there, not what they wanted to happen. They're trying to keep the ball in play here, trying to keep it down on this third. Give the defense a break, let tempers cool, and get a couple shots off. Finnegan with a big shot there.
It finds itself safely in the hands of the keeper there, but as you could tell, Schneller was ready for it, running behind the keeper there.
Oh yeah, the pressure is on. I mean, the Phoenix are not going to let them, back into this game easy. I mean, here we are, tied ball game, but I mean, the Phoenix are fighting. As we see the Phoenix keeping it in this offensive third. Beautiful sunset going down, folks. I know we appreciate you listening to the stream, but you're missing it at home. Lake and White fighting to keep that ball in the offensive third as the defense has crept up a bit. And Cardinals will let that one roll out for a goal kick. And I think they take a sigh of relief as they have just getting, hook after hook, right, left, right by the Phoenix here, trying to get something to go downtown. You can feel that the crowd's in it tonight. The crowd is there. We've seen with these calls, we've seen with these things that the crowd is vocal tonight. It's definitely added some energy to the game. You can only wonder how it's affected the players.
Should the score continue to remain tied as the time continues to tick down over as we are wrapping up now about to be the 12th minute of the game, that the Phoenix will go into another overtime of 20 minutes, hoping to get another goal here. As I have it pulled up, the case rule state is regular season games which are tied at the end of 80 minutes of play may be resolved by the procedures adopted by the High School State Association, which is, note, no overtime procedures shall exceed 20 minutes of play during the regular season.
So I wonder if they will do, if it cannot exceed 20 minutes, I wonder what that will look like for us, if they'll just do another 20-minute, essentially half, call it third quarter, whatever you want to call it, or if they'll do some type of 5 and 5.
As I'm reading farther down, the rules state the referee will instruct both teams to their boxes at a 5-minute interval. And then 2 10-minute sudden death overtime periods will be played.
I was wondering if that golden goal would be in there, where it's just who can score first. definitely brings the energy. The energy will be palpable.
Yes, as the Phoenix were able to score the first 2 goals, the Cardinals have been able to come back and score another 2 of their own uncontested up to this point.
A great through ball by Hansen to Finnegan. Finnegan's going to get the cross. Doesn't come off her foot the way she wants it. Definitely upset by that, but a fantastic look. Shows that the Phoenix are making the right moves, just not able to connect that end. But it'll come. It'll hit. It'll go. And it's just a matter of time before they get something they like. Phoenix not letting this. I mean, there we go with the goal kick, keeping it on, forcing the out of bounds, keeping it in Phoenix hands. This is one of those games that you watch just on the edge of your seat. Frankly, for me, I am sucked into this game. I want to see the Phoenix win. I love when they win big, but having games like this is always entertaining.
Yes, it has been a while here at the home stadium, Amelia Earhart Stadium, that we've seen a full-length game for the Phoenix, as the last couple of games have ended at halftime with mercy rules.
And you definitely wonder if that affects endurance. I mean, you definitely got to think about that, not playing this full. I mean, obviously they play practice. I mean, you see them running, you see them, practicing for hours and hours and hours, but, you wonder if those full game environments, but, maybe that intensity is just different, so it doesn't have quite the same effect anyway, even if you did play a full 80 minutes. I don't know.
Yes, it's definitely affected the Phoenix here, as it would affect anyone, as we're starting to near now 30 minutes of play for the Phoenix, just over now. They are, near 50. No, I can't math anymore. It does not matter, as the Phoenix have been playing for a very long amount of time at this point.
Minutes.
There we go. Thank you very much. I could not
72.
do that for life of me. I've been commentating a little too long.
I know. Well, we were finally able to get some things worked out. We really do not know what's going on, folks. That's the joys of live broadcast. As the Phoenix fighting each and one, and the Cardinals fighting for each and every one of these balls in the midfield here. As the through ball makes it through, Finnegan's going to have another look at it. Looking for a cross, shoots it in, gets swept up by the keeper.
The keeper looks dazed for a second as the ball that stays in front of her on the ground looks around for a second, and her defensive line able to essentially surround her and blocks out any Phoenix player looking to get that ball in the goal.
Sneller was right where she needed to be. The cross was perfect, but when the goalie makes a good play, the goalie makes a good play and is able to get the block and then able to jump on it. A big shout out to Phoenix on that play. That was a great moment. I don't think they expected that through ball to make it through.
The Phoenix have had some fantastic through balls, as that's what gave them the first goal this game, as a through ball provided to Schneller and then a short little cross to the goal.
Definitely going to have to talk to Burke tomorrow, see what she thought of this yellow card when we come back on Tuesday for their last regular season home game of the year. We will hopefully have an update for you on just what the players' perspective was of the cards tonight.
This is not to forget that number 8, Hansen, also had a yellow card of her own.
Indeed. I just don't have her in class. Cardinals getting a good look here, going for their own through ball. Getting a few steps on them in the backfield, but the Phoenix able to recover. As there's the foul call, and that's going to be coming in.
Just at the top of the box, so not in the box, so it will not be a PK, but the Phoenix might look into setting up a wall here. That is pretty close.
Well, those are easy calls for a ref to make, to say, hey, I saw that. I'm going to make a call here and force the issue, but I'm not going to give you the PK and give you the true free goal. So sometimes when it's just outside the box, that's almost makes it easier for referees because they feel that it's a little bit more fair because they can say, even though that would have been, should been, they can bring it outside the box. It's the set play here. This is dangerous for the Phoenix.
The Cardinals have made a goal from farther out before in this game, so this is a highly dangerous spot for the Phoenix right now.
Kicks up, and it's going to go
up and through the uprights there. As you can tell, the goalie bounces up with a sigh of relief.
my heart dropped a little. My stomach is full. My goodness, did that worry me for a second there.
It would have still been a difficult goal for the Cardinals, as the goalie was definitely up in that corner that they were aiming for. So it could have been still safe in the hands of the keeper for that play.
Yeah, or even just gets the punch on it. Whatever works to just get it, away from that line. But definitely a sigh of relief there.
We're just inching to 5 minutes remaining in the game. And the Phoenix looking to try to get a player of their own as the ball rolls down into the attacking third, but finds itself safely in the hands of the keeper.
I think we're getting a little eager on those through balls, getting a little quick on them. When I think if we take an extra second, an extra step, make that pass a little cleaner, we're be a little better off. But I know the tensions are high right now. The energy is high. Just 5 minutes left. You know they're feeling it, both teams.
Cardinals are able to make a breakaway play once again, but unable to get a solid boot on it, and it ends out the back for now a Phoenix goal kick.
Well, if this does indeed go to overtime, that'll be a long day for Phoenix Productions here after 2 varsity baseball games and it goes into a senior night soccer game. Definitely a long day, but we are happy to do it. We're happy to be able to, bring great games like this. Finnegan with a good touch, looking for a nice pass. Schneller having to play runaround, trying to keep up with the ball, which is no easy job as a forward, as a striker. I mean, it gets pinball between those defenders sometimes. Oh,
The interesting thing for Schneller is she is listed on the roster as a midfielder.
interesting. Maybe that throws off the other team, gets in their head.
As I was saying earlier, I don't know if I completely was able to finish my thought that with it now being later in the season, there has been a lot of footage of the Phoenix now able to be provided to opposing teams through largely Phoenix Productions, as all of the streams are posted to the channel afterwards. And therefore, we are able to highlight players with some beautiful footwork, like here, number 8, Hansen, or number 20, Emma Finnegan. Ooh! Which also definitely puts Schneller in a difficult location, as she is the lead scorer for the Phoenix thus far this season. So, therefore, knowing her number and able to mark her going into the game puts her in a difficult location.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you look at box scores, and box stats, they don't always show a full picture of truly how players work together. When you have a player even if you have a player with a lot of assists, those can be second-hand assists and make it seem like, it's more of a dynamic duo than truly a good, well-rounded team, like I think the Phoenix are. And so having a full game to watch, what I like to think, technically it's high definition, is an asset for both our team as they watch it for film. As there's a great through ball by the Cardinals, they're going to have a good look here, but put it to the right of the goal. But, having those full game footages is both an asset for the Phoenix, but also for their opponents. Like you said, absolutely 100% correct. And we see that with football as well. When football season comes around, they talk about that as well. Under 2 minutes here. No 2-minute warning for us. The clock just keeps ticking, as this is it. This is the make or break moments before we're going to have to go into OT. And we've never seen the Phoenix in overtime and so, at any point this season. And so I definitely think this will be an interesting thing if they do go to overtime. But hopefully they're able to just get one more goal. Make it happen.
As we've stated, they're evenly matched teams, as Kate Swafford makes a beautiful dive to stop that ball from going into the goal, as the crowd goes wild, as I think the crowd, as well as us, have come to love Swafford and seeing her grow and through the season thus far.
Fantastic play there. My goodness, she's saved us at least half a dozen times this game. Absolutely. Wow. Phoenix got to give the defense a break. We spent a lot of time on offense, and we haven't been able to. I think we haven't been able to bring back that same energy. As the nice defensive play there, working to get the ball down the field. Big long kick. Hansen's going to go running, as so will Schneller. And they'll clear it out. Cardinals will just get a nice little kick out there to slow the game down, but the Phoenix are looking for a quick throw. If you can hear the crowd, folks, you hear how much energy they've got.
Hansen with an attempt on goal with Schneller there to back it up, but still not able to get through just the massive amount of bodies in the box there.
Trevino is going to take the ball here, try and make something happen. A nice little Meg gets the shot off, puts it a little wide.
Now less than 10 seconds remaining in the half. The Phoenix will not get a chance to score again, as now those 3 whistles go off, leading us into...
We will see what the refs say here. I assume
possible overtime.
We will have to talk to our athletic director here, see what the protocol is.
We are tied at the end of the second period, so we are going to head to overtime. So I'm going to freshen everyone's memory as to what the overtime situation is.
We are waiting for the call here. We're waiting for the words.
Alrighty, so the call that has been made is there will be a 5-minute rest period, now rounding to 4.5 minutes. After that time, they will be provided 2 10-minute halves. So as I was stating earlier, not to exceed 20 minutes. During that time, it will be golden goal. So if they make a goal at any point within those 10-minute halves, the game will be over, and whoever scored that point will have won the game. If at the end of those 20 minutes, neither team has been able to make a point, the game will end in a tie.
So to make sure I'm on the same page, that means no PK. No PK shootout?
There is no PK shootout.
Well, who doesn't love a good PK shootout? Those are always electric. Well, from a viewer perspective, it's stressful for the players.
Brother,
I think the players would.
I'm not to be super contrarian, but from a viewer and player, I do not like PK shootouts. I do not think a PK shootout is able to show the true strength of a team, as I don't think that it is a good showing of what either team is able to do on the field. So therefore, a PK shootout feels nothing less than a cheap cop-out.
I would agree that it definitely does not show the nature of a true nature of a team. And from the reffing perspective, after reffing for over 10 years, the reffing it is not fun either, because it's a lot to keep track of, it's a lot to deal with. There's a lot of specific rules and regulations that come with it. But I mean, maybe that's where we disagree. That's where we'll split. I think they're electric to watch. They make my stomach churn, because it's just. But I imagine the pressure on the goalkeeper is insurmountable. That's an insane thing to ask them to do. Oh my goodness.
Yes. You are also thinking of postseason games. Postseason games do provide the opportunity for PK shootouts after the 20 minutes of overtime. And after those PK shootouts in postseason, should there still be a tie, it goes to a 5-person shootout until there no longer is a tie.
Well, there we go. We can hope for postseason play, and if by some horrific miracle ends up in PK shootouts, then we will have to commentate. But my goodness, would that not be fun? We will take a 90-second break here. Big shout out to our sponsors, for those folks that are still here. Big shout out to Daylight Donuts and Heidi's Dress Shop for supporting us day in and day out. But we will take a 90-second break here. Be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. This game is electric and still going. And we are back. 10-minute overtime about to start. Your Phoenix will start with the ball, and we will see what they can do. We are sitting at 8:21, folks, p.m. So keep us in your minds tomorrow as we go with an overtime match. And we knew this was going to be a close game. The players talked about it all week. They talked about how this was going to be a tough team, and I definitely think they showed up ready to play. Definitely a test for them going into the end of the season. As the Phoenix coming out to play, no call early as a trip. It's going to be interesting to see how the physicality escalates in this overtime. And the couple of the Phoenix definitely have to be careful as we're already sitting with a couple of yellow cards.
Yes, something we don't necessarily talk about often is Phoenix Productions is largely run by students. And so this has been a rather long day for the students here in the box office. As Gentry, you mentioned earlier, there was 2 back-to-back varsity baseball games and followed by this soccer match, which of course has now gone into overtime. So the students here at Phoenix Productions are now leading on to 4.5 hours of broadcasting.
Absolutely. A big shout out to them. I mean, you hear our voices. I mean, you hear Robert's voice, and you don't always, know the truly just, what the students do, what they put into it. And broadcasting is a year-round season for us. I mean, we do fall, winter, and spring, and so there's not really a lot of break as there is for other things. So, I mean, their work is definitely valuable. Even if one person's watching out there, we know that they're hopefully getting a good experience, and that they're able to watch, their kid play, or their, loved one play, or their family, friend, whatever it may be. As the Phoenix had a good shot there, but it didn't go, as now they're back on defense, fighting hard. There's definitely getting to be a little more physical game as the shot goes wide. Stadium held its breath. I think this is going to come down to we're going to see a lot of run and gun offense from both teams, where they're just going to be trying to play that as quick as possible, not necessarily taking the best shot, but taking the next shot. And, it'll come down to the wire here as, both teams having looks now in overtime showing that no one's rolling over. No one's just ready to go home. They're gonna play it out. As the Phoenix looking to do a little more controlling here, controlling the ball possession, a little give and go there, looking for another one. Fantastic play. Cardinals didn't see it coming. They're going to be looking for downtown here, trying to get the cross off, but it gets a little away from them as the Cardinals will send it back up, and now they've got themselves a look here, looking for a pass, looking for a through ball. Not able to find one, has to go back. And there's the big hit. That's going to send it to the corner. Great header by the defense to keep it out, keep him guessing, as Burke is just going to stroll on by, making it look easy. She's got the afterburners on. She's going to take it up herself and look for something. A great play by Burke there, giving everybody a chance to see some good footwork, as Schneller is going to try and take it through. Looking for something. Good touch there. Gets the kickoff, but it goes straight to the keeper. As another great look there. My goodness, we are seeing some fantastic soccer here, folks. As the Phoenix once again looking to control. Hansen trying to show off the footwork, gets a nice pass off. As the Phoenix so far doing more possessing this game, but that is not what this game will come down to. It will come down to who has the best look at the goal. And that can take 2 seconds.
Keeper taking a little bit of time to assess the situation before kicking the ball out, but that ball doesn't fit, unfortunately, land straight to a Phoenix player, but is quickly stolen back by a Cardinals player.
So he hits Zia in the chest, and she's going to keep it in Phoenix possession. As Annie's going to take the ball up herself a little bit, as the Phoenix still fighting here, making good passes, trying to keep the ball here. Another shot on goal, this one again to the keeper. Oh boy, the Phoenix are sitting at 3 shots on goal, or 4 shots on goal just in the past, or just in this overtime already. And this is where we're going to see where that endurance really comes into play. What team's got the gas in the tank? Sneller coming back to get on the ball. Great job. There's the big kick up. Making Sneller work. Again, this long ball, the run and gun, it's happening. And we're seeing the Phoenix try not to play that, try to get out of it. As a good pass there with a little late hit, but no call because the advantage. You can see the ref waves on. Hanson going to take it herself. The devil's in the details there. As a nice, looks like it was going to be the through ball, but Phoenix are going to stay on it. And again, the Phoenix are fighting time and time again to just keep this possession. Oh, barely goes out of bounds to go Cardinal ball. You can see we're really trying to look. The crowd thought they had the better angle, but of course the AR, sneaky AR sitting on the sideline. He's got the view. Great passing here by the Phoenix so far in this overtime. Even if they don't end up coming out on top, you've got to give it to their ability to pass the ball consistently throughout the entire game. As they'll kick it out for a corner, and your Phoenix will go up for a set play on the corner. And this is a big moment here. We've seen how successful they can be from the corner.
We've also seen how, unfortunately, unsuccessful the Phoenix can be on their corner, because we've seen for the last few corner kicks that could be it for them. And alas, it has not been it for them every time we have said it.
Absolutely. Then you know what? I think they're going to miss it. Commentator's curse. I think this isn't the one right here. Everyone holds their breath. Ball still pinballing around. Looking for something. Gets kicked out for a goal kick. Whew. What can I say, folks? This game's one for the books. You're seeing great Phoenix soccer here tonight. The World Cup has come to Atchison early, as this game is elite. See, there's those big kicks that we're going to be seeing this entire overtime.
As I said earlier in the game, it feels as if we are playing Pong as it goes from one defense to another.
Oh, absolutely. That was an absolutely correct observation, 100%. As the Cardinals are going to get a look here, so they're going to take it down the left side.
Makes a shot on goal, but straight into the hands of Kate Swafford. A heart-stopping moment as this field and crowd go silent, and Gentry here clutches his pearls.
Bring the machine. Bring the what's the defibrillator? Because my heart stopped there. Kate, bringing me back to life here. Wow, just time after time, she's making the good plays. You got to commend her. This has been an A+ game for her. As the Phoenix looking for a good connection between Hanson and Trevino there, looking for a good play. Oh, a little too far on the through ball. As Schneller's not quite able to run it down. You know, if I was the goalkeeper, I would be scared beyond belief to look up as this ball's rolling to me and I see Shayla Sneller coming at me. Lead scorer for the Ottawa Phoenix, or the Atchison Phoenix, coming at me, you know, barreling down. That's terrifying.
She has gotten in trouble for it before in previous games, as goalies are somewhat protected in the game of soccer, as refs gives them a little bit of favorable treatment when it comes to those types of fouls. So she does definitely have to be a little bit careful of that, because she is more likely to be fouled or like have a foul against her because of it.
Absolutely. As Phoenix, a little miscommunication there by the defense. The pass doesn't go all the way out, / wasn't a pass maybe, and so now the Cardinals have a look here as they're going to have a shot in front of the goal. It's going to go wide. Kate making sure she's going to cover the whole goal, dives, making sure that nothing's going to get around her.
As we now draw to less than a minute and a half remaining in this first part of overtime.
Man, the time really flies here, as with 90 seconds left, the Phoenix got to make something happen.
Should the tie still be scored? Score shall be tied. Still. I've been commentating by myself for too long.
So you start to go, you get that ship madness or whatever, you know, that they get on the high seas. When you're on here alone, you're talking to yourself.
If it is still tied at the end of now less than a minute remaining, we will go into another 10-minute half with a brief break in between.
As the Phoenix is going to maybe get one more shot here if they can keep possession. 40 seconds left if they can get the steal here, but the Cardinals are going to be looking to clear and just run out the clock. As Schneller might get the steal, she's fighting for it. Trevino's there to help her. Not able to connect, but they're still fighting for it.
Phoenix still maintaining possession, so at the very least denying any opportunities from the
Gianna with the cross across the middle, doesn't get there. The Cardinals with a big clear, and just a couple seconds left here. Phoenix just have to hold. 5. There's the through ball. Going to have to let it ride.
There's the whistle.
There's the whistle. Good on the Phoenix defense there for keeping the clock in mind, not fouling. I didn't know if sometimes they let that play through. Sometimes they let the play finish out. And that had my heart stopped there as the Cardinals had a quick thing. So there'll be a 2-minute intermission here, folks.
We are also going to take that 2-minute intermission to get some drinks of water for ourselves. But as we've said plenty of times before, stay here, stay on, as there is so much soccer left to play.
Do not go anywhere, folks. This is the game.
The Phoenix start hustling back onto the field with this brief 2-minute break. They will switch sides of the field just as they would in a normal half. So the Phoenix, now still in red, will be going from the left side of your screen to the right.
And the Cardinals, indeed, still in white, going the opposite way, right to left. And I am feeling energized for this. My co-commentator, we're talking this entire time. Definitely not quite as energized as me.
I am definitely feeling it by myself. Unfortunately, Robert was feeling ill earlier, so he had to step away. And during that time, we also discovered that the extra headset wasn't working anyways.
It was not working how it was supposed to. I do not know what was going on, but it magically fixed itself.
So I definitely appreciate Gentry stepping back onto the mic and helping me out in leading this remaining overtime.
And don't worry, for all you worrying at home, that the students are going to, they've suffered having to work extra hard. Because of the overtime, they will indeed get extra donuts come Monday morning. Well, not Monday morning because it's closed on Monday.
Tuesday.
So Tuesday, first thing that they're open, boom, we're there. So.
As our director here, Kenny, looks offended by that statement that we just realized that, unfortunately, Daylight Donuts is closed on Monday.
Which, of course, Monday is the last day for seniors. And so they they'll be in the building, they'll be around, but they won't be they won't have to attend class in the same way. Now, some call that lazy, some call it a reward, whatever you want to call it at home, that's up to
Kenny,
you.
what do you call it?
We're going to be practicing our graduation and stuff, so, it's just more work.
Oh, that's so difficult. That's so difficult for them. That's the hardest work and stuff ever. So you know what? They deserve it.
Returning to the game now after a few of our moments
Absolutely.
of pitter-patter here. No real progress has been able to be made on either side as the game of Pong, yet again, just simply continues.
Absolutely. With just over a minute into this 10-minute, you can call it fourth half, fourth quarter, whatever you want to call it.
Fourth half, unfortunately, unless it's
It really is. But the Phoenix still able to hold possession, just not at the moment, but they're looking to gain it back, and they still have been playing hard. I think if you go by the box score, you go by the possession minutes, the Phoenix are winning, but if you go by the chances to win, it's still looked pretty even.
It has been very gridlocked throughout this entire game. As we've stated multiple times, a lot of this game has been played in the middle of the field. Neither team has stretched really that wide to the gold most of the game, and a lot of it, if we had a heat map, would probably be on the center of that A.
Absolutely. And, it's both the Phoenix have definitely been good at navigating those tight spoke wheel, whatever you want to call it, wagon wheel styles, but it definitely it comes with its downsides in terms of the amount of pinball you end up playing sometimes. I mean, we definitely saw that in their tough loss against it's slipping my mind, but two home games ago where Sumner where they just could not make those connections, and Sumner was like gumming in the gears, just not able to let anything happen. But the Phoenix have definitely learned a little bit since then. As it looks like we've got a substitute coming on for the Cardinals, but the ref's checking out a Phoenix player on the far side. Looks like Lakin White. Unless I'm mistaken. She's now on our near side, so that would be, I can't quite tell.
The trainer has been waved on, so this is officially now an injury, but the clock still ticks on. The ref has not signaled to the press box that the clock needs to stop. Clock has now been stopped. There we go.
Finally signals for the clock stoppage. As that does have to wait for him. I mean, that does you have to wait for the ref to make the call. Big shout out to our very own Dr. Williams down watching the game.
And Tyler Lukanoff, the man up here in the press box with us, running that clock and stuck with us and having as equally, if not as just as long of a day as the Phoenix Productions has had.
I mean, he makes the athletic world go round here, so big shout out to him.
That injury still on the field as the trainer continues to talk it out with the player.
It almost looks like she's something with the eye, up by the eye, not the head, but the eye. Maybe something, got in her eye, something like that. Maybe turf. Maybe she took an elbow. I'm not sure, but she is walking with her own strength off, but definitely taking slow as the sub comes on. Hard to tell. We'll have to try and get a report for Tuesday, see who's going to be on the field, but definitely not something you want to see late in the game in overtime. Maybe it's a bloody nose.
I do believe that is number 12, Lakin White. I believe you mistook a different player on the field for her.
Maybe I did. That is entirely possible.
I believe you mistook number 7 here for Lakin White, as they are nearly identical.
True, Eleni Sheely, that is true, and Lakin White, fantastic people from, however many yards away this is, say 80. It's definitely tough to tell. But hopefully they're all right. Hopefully she's okay and she's back in the game soon. She has been stellar on defense tonight. As Burke having to, hold down the fort here in center field, keeping it out. Great pass on the outside as Finnegan plays it into the center. Schneller's running it down. Phoenix still looking for the ball here as those nice little gives and goes have been really good. The 1-2s by the Phoenix have definitely been good. It's those third to fourth passes where they're making the longer cross or the through ball that just haven't quite connected like they wanted to, especially here in overtime. The Cardinals trying to get something happening, switching the field often and always as the through ball there, but the Phoenix defense trying to hold firm. As there's the big kick. Kate's going to get a shove on it. No, she didn't touch it at all. That'll be a goal kick.
Ooh, that was a close one. That was a beautiful read by Kate Swafford. As definitely from our perspective, it looked like she definitely had breezed past and brushed that ball. But with a beautiful read, she was able to retract her hands in time, so the ball went out off of a Cardinal kick.
Yeah, so that's definitely good read, good game sense. As the Phoenix will keep possession here, as we're hitting 5 minutes halfway through this second overtime period, and 5 minutes remaining. The pressure is still on. You can tell everyone. I think everyone's gotten a little complacent with the overtime. You know, you felt that pressure early on, and now we are suddenly feeling a little. I think everyone's feeling a little sluggish, a little complacent in that.
It has been a very long game, as we were talking about earlier, for stamina for the Phoenix. Questioning about the stamina they've been able to retain with all of the games that they've played on only halves thus far. And now they're playing into overtime.
And Sneller puts it through! Sneller puts it through. She gets the lucky touch. It goes through. The Cardinals defense not able to get a look at it. And goes through. Sneller goes down injured, but she gets the goal.
And the lights go crazy on the field as Kate Swafford sprints down the field to celebrate with her team down there.
Wow, folks, that was incredible.
And at the same time, an unfortunate injury for the Phoenix.
Simultaneously, you see 3 Cardinal players not get the touch on the ball as Sneller is able to go through and keep possession on it, keep that ball moving forward, gets the kickoff before going down. Hopefully she is okay, but that is an absolutely fantastic way to get injured.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We have not heard those 3 whistles quite yet.
I believe we did. He signaled to the center, I believe. And they are indeed high-fiving. That is game, folks. As now Shayla is up, Sneller is up, running on her own. She doesn't look like she's enjoying
cramping
it.
a bit. I believe this looks like a cramp.
It looks like a cramp as she is up and going. I mean, it's been a long game. She's definitely entitled to a little bit of cramping, a little bit not feeling.
It is definitely cooled off here on the field, so.
Absolutely, it's cooled off. There's been a long game. I mean, not a ton of water, so I guarantee you that looks like a cramp. What a way to get the cramp. What a way to end the game. Fantastic play to call it there. Wow. I mean,
it was a tight game, and for a while there, like, we were gridlocked, deadlocked, however lock you want to call it. Both teams were dead set and even. Both teams had a fantastic showing, and the Phoenix were just able to sneak one by in the end with only 4 minutes remaining, and this last possible chance for them to score.
As the player is celebrating down on the fan side and indeed singing happy birthday for Annie Rizza. I believe, if I probably messed that up, but it is indeed her birthday, a big birthday win on senior night, no less. Fantastic to see the Phoenix win on senior night on a big birthday. That is absolutely incredible. Fantastic performances across the board. Gotta highlight our goalkeeper, who stayed for a longer game than she's played pretty much all season.
And you can tell the Phoenix are tired, as typically after wins, they do a couple cartwheels. That is not the case here. You can tell they are exhausted. They are beat. The Benton Cardinals definitely had a fantastic game here. Was plenty of heart-stopping moments for the Phoenix. Had only one thing gone differently, or one thing just before even that had gone their way, it would have resulted in an entirely different score.
Absolutely. Every twist and turn of this game. Now we're seeing they've had their rest. Ava Trevino gets the cartwheels and then collapses as they have earned their rest now. As we see, indeed, Lakin White was the injury. She seems to be up and doing okay. Still talking to the trainer, but I think it looks like a bloody nose. It looks like it's her nose. So hopefully she's back. But truly, overall, great day, great performance, legendary game, one for the books.
One more time, thank you so much for all the people that stayed for the long, long day here, and may it be our athletic director, or may it be the people down in the concession stands, may it be the students up here in the press box. Thank you to everyone who came out and showed up for these students, and thank you so much for watching at home.
Absolutely. Thank you to our sponsors, and good night.